Hey, it's Never Over and welcome to a brand new video on a brand new day. My name's Julian and I just woke up not too long ago, so I just wanted to talk about Overwatch 2 a little bit because there was a new interview conducted with the director of the Overwatch team, Keller, and I wanted to go over some stuff. I've been kind of out of the loop lately on Overwatch news, how the community feels specifically about like story stuff, new heroes in the future, what people think they'll be. I wanted to give my own opinion on the interview. Parts of it, very specific parts of it. Obviously, I know that there's issues right now with Overwatch 2 still regarding monetization and how expensive skins are and the lack of new skins, because let me not get into it, but we all know it's ridiculous. Old skins are being sold for like $20 or $10 or whatever. It's just too expensive, especially when they used to be free in the game. They are actively at Blizzard screwing over new players of the game and kind of old players too, let's be honest here, because if there's an old player who never got to get a skin that they wanted from the first game, now all of a sudden you have to pay for it. You can't just earn it by playing the game in an event or just like, you know, unlocking it through a loot box, which is ironically better than the system that they have, even though people obviously talked about before the ethics of loot boxes and how it's gambling, which is true, but it's somehow better than the system that they currently have, which is kind of ridiculous when you think about it. Like, how can you find something worse than predatory loot boxes? The gaming industry will find a way. But anyway, I'm gonna go into the interview, and I hope all of you enjoy this video. Like it if you enjoy, subscribe for more. Let's get into it, shall we? Anyway, this is the interview that I wanted to look at, specific parts of it regarding the story and the new heroes that may come in the future, that most likely will come in the future. We only know like one detail about the new heroes, but I'll get to that later. Okay, basically this leading up to where I want to read talks about how it was a hard call for them to split the game into multiplayer and story, which they call like a single player campaign, but it's not single player. I mean they're doing multiplayer missions for the campaign, but kind of got the Halo Infinite approach where like the multiplayer came out first and single player came out like months later, except in this case development on the campaign is a lot slower than even Halo Infinite's campaign release, which is kind of wild. Here it says, as a result, Overwatch 2's campaign will be released gradually starting later this year. By the way, a keyword, gradually. They're still finalizing how the content will be rolled out, but I have a suspicion, and I mean everyone kind of has this suspicion. We all kind of assumed at this point that the story would be released kind of like how Overwatch 1 does its story missions, where it would come out like one mission at a time. But like, I don't know if you remember this, but I remember when Overwatch 2 released story preview footage back in the day, like 3 years ago at this point, Jesus, when they showed off story where you could upgrade like Reinhardt's ult to make it spread wider, you could upgrade Tracer's ult to make it like chain reaction, you could do a lot of upgrades or abilities just on your regular hero. I remember they showed off items you could pick up in missions that would be like a grenade or something that you could like throw at a bunch of omnics that you're fighting. It would be very interesting to see if they hold on to those mechanics. My assumption is that they're going to, because it says gradually, release the story content in chapters, so there'll be a block of missions that you'll be able to play, maybe upgrade yourself. I assume they haven't gotten rid of that system since they worked on it, and so gradually they'll release like a chapter 1, a chapter 2, a chapter 3, which is fine, you know. If it's free, that'd be cool. We'll see what happens on that front, I suppose. But I think releasing the campaign in chapters is going to feel kind of rough if they maintain the upgrade style. The reason I believe that is because it'll mess with like your gameplay flow, like you're upgrading your character. You beat chapter 1, you upgrade, you know, do what you want, whatever, unless there's replayability, which is entirely possible. I assume it'll have like its own section on the main menu or something. I have my Tracer that can do chain reactions. I beat chapter 1. Presumably if I'm done with chapter 1, I'm done. Okay, chapter 2, It's scheduled to come out next season in like a month from now. Okay, I am going to be waiting a whole month. I'm gonna come back to chapter 2 and go like, what did I upgrade again? I don't remember. And that's what I think the problem is if they do it gradually and they hold on to that system, is that you're going to forget like everything you upgraded or like how it even works, because the time gap in between gameplay sessions on the story is going to be so long that you will not even remember what happened in it. So they're going to have to make the story flow very well if they're going to release it gradually, or if they're going to, you know, stick with the whole upgrade system. I'm not sure. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I thought about that and it would be kind of rough. I could see it being kind of jarring to not play story for like months and then come back and go like all of a sudden like, oh right, I forgot I have this ability, and that would happen multiple times over. I am still excited for the story, and I assume everyone else is excited for the story too, but you know, the gradual release kind of blows a little bit, considering that we went into Overwatch 2 expecting a full campaign, and now it's downsized for obvious reasons. So hopefully we can get at least some of the grand scale that they promised before, like wide open maps, you know, that might be possible still. Let's move on to the support hero section, which is the part I wanted to talk about. We are really focusing on supports right now. The next 2 heroes we're going, oh right, I forgot there's a typo here. I've looked at this before and it's crazy. The next 2 heroes we're going to be released are that's such bad. I don't know who proofread this, but come on, all right. We're really focusing on supports right now. The next 2 heroes we're going to release are support heroes, says Keller, who teases that they bring some things to the game that we haven't seen before, some new mechanics and really exciting ways of interacting with your own team. I want to start just throwing out crazy speculations as to what new supports could exist. I think it'd be fun because it says new mechanics, really exciting ways of interacting with your own team. That does sound exciting, especially because, you know, support is underplayed right now. I mean, I said before in a video that I think that support will get better when they add more and when they make it look more fun, because then people will come around and play support more often. Kiriko was fun, but you know, it helped for like a little bit, but then kind of fell to the wayside again. Once again, support is definitely the least played class. However, I do enjoy playing support myself, and I know there's a lot of other people that enjoy playing support, so we would all love to see some brand new support heroes. If I had to make my own wild theories and like speculation on what possibly a new support hero could do, I think that there's going to be a support hero in the future who throws out AoE like buff or debuff zones, like in a circle, just like sitting on the ground, where if someone enters, they'll be slowed down, they'll be hurt. Since they're messing around with it more with like Ramatra and Kiriko, I think that it would be cool to have someone who could throw down an AoE of just like slow down or speed up or heal, or you know, like swap it up a bit, because that would be kind of cool. As far as movement abilities, or like, you know, kind of, yeah, the ability to like evade is something that I think a lot of supports kind of have, but sometimes not. Like Kiriko can teleport away, Moira can dash away, turn invisible, Mercy can fly away just straight up, Lucio just jumps away, like he's just gone. Baptiste jumps away, literally. Ana, nothing. Zenyatta, he can kick you now, I guess, but he really doesn't have anything either, but he's just kind of a powerhouse on his own. Brigitte, if she's gonna die, she's gonna die. I mean, she has the barrier, but you know. A support that they could add in the future maybe could turn invisible, much like Sombra can. Maybe like stay in place, maybe like hang above, maybe, you know, just wait, because there's a problem with support sometimes regarding like them being off by themselves and they can't do anything. If there's a support that can hide themselves in like a single place, wait for the team to come back, that would be kind of interesting. I think a teammate that can, or a support that can defend a teammate like Brigitte should be able to do, but it's kind of hard to do as her, honestly. Like with a barrier might be something that they might consider in the future, who knows. There might be more debuff supports, which would be kind of sick, because Ana and Zenyatta have like a debuff, but I think that they may add another one. I could see that happening since they're adding more supports that can change up like stats, like attack speed. Cleansing ailments is a thing that Kiriko can do. There might be a little bit more of that, who knows. Also, as a side note, can we agree that Widowmaker should be able to hang from ceilings with her grappling hook? Now, this is like completely off topic. I was just thinking about this because I was talking about a support that could hang above or like chill out in one spot for a while. I think that Widowmaker should be able to hang from a wall or a ceiling using her grappling hook and be able to shoot people from there, because that's literally how they show her in animations. Why don't they do that in the game? I don't know. I just think that it should be a thing. I'm looking forward to seeing what they'll do as support in the future, but I've been rambling at this point, just kind of saying like a bunch of random stuff. I don't even know how coherent I was during this video, but I just wanted to talk a little bit about Overwatch 2. I just wanted to talk a little bit about Overwatch 2, so I hope all of you enjoyed. I hope you liked the video, and I hope you subscribe for more. Leave a comment down below. What do you think they'll do with the next 2 supports? I actually am very curious what everyone else thinks and what everyone else wants, because there's obviously a need for more supports. Who knows what they'll do? Maybe have another DPS centric support. Who knows? But anyway, thank you all for watching once again. My name's Julian, and it's been ever. Talk to you guys next time. Bye bye.